Good evening and welcome to Community Coffee Talk. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm your host on Awaz Entertainment. Today I have a very distinguished guest and my friends, Aman Khan. He's the president of Meadowvale Islamic Center, and Abdul Moid. He's a trustee of Meadowvale Islamic Center. We will have our another guest, AQ Mufti, community activist and leader, will be joining us. We're going to talk about various issues, reopening of mosque, particularly Meadowvale Islamic Center, because I've been associated with the Meadowvale Islamic Center. So I'm going to start with Aman. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. This is Aman Khan from Meadowvale Islamic Center. I'm been serving Meadowvale Islamic Center since 2003, and now I'm working as a president. And we have 8 people on BOD and as a BOT, like board of directors and board of trustees, and we all work as a servant of God and servant of Allah, and we all work as a volunteer. And the only paid member is just our masjid imam. And since last, as we all know that we've been struggling to start the construction for Meadowvale Islamic Center since last almost 5-6 years. But we have established our organization since 2003, and we purchased the first land. And then we purchased the second land. Then after that, we applied for the permit for the construction, and we had a little bit of challenge. But thanks God that we got the approval from the city, and with the help of the community and the help of God, and definitely with the help of Mayor Boni Krambi and all the councillors. And Alhamdulillah, we got the permit, and now our construction already has been started. We had the groundbreaking in 2019 in October, and the officially construction started March this year, 2020, and is kind of like God knows what is the best for us, inshallah. And but after in month of March, right, and we all know that COVID-19 just got started.
Aman, we're going to talk about detail a little bit later. So let's. Ask Moid, brother Moid is a trustee. So could you please, Moid, tell us about your experience? Then we're going to go very specific about things. Please go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum, Tahir and everyone. First of all, thank you for inviting me here. And I hope everybody is staying safe under the COVID circumstances. We understand this is a difficult time for everyone. And alhamdulillah, most of the people in our community are taking the precautions to be safe, isolating themselves and following the guidelines that have been shared with our municipal government, provincial government, and the federal government. So alhamdulillah, I do want to thank the community for that, for adhering to social distancing and a lot of new things that are coming up in here. As regard to Meadowvale Islamic Center, we have been following the guidelines from all levels of the government. So right now we don't have any local prayers or the Jummah prayers, and which is for all masjid, not just MIC. And one dependency that MIC has compared to the other organizations is that we rent the facilities from the Meadowvale West Church. So we're very thankful to the Meadowvale West Church for renting their facilities to us, but at the same time we have that dependency. So it's not only the government dependencies that we have, but there is also a dependency on the Meadowvale West Church to allow their facilities for you. So as of now, we don't have any prayer going on, whether that comes to daily or.
So since the coronavirus came in and the lockdown by the entire government, all mosques, all the place of worship have been shut down, and each place of worship has to come up with their own ideas. So how, Aman Khan, because we're going to break down our conversation to 3-4 topics. First is the real impact that society our community felt because of this. Second thing is how we are reopening. And third thing is about the project. So we're going to divide our conversation three topics. Okay. So when the coronavirus lockdown was issued, and there was a Ramadan Tarawih, we missed all. So how it impacted the Meadowvale community? So you take turn between both of you, 2 minutes you, 2 minutes him, so back and forth. How that impacted, especially when this came in a Ramadan, and we traditionally go out and pray and go fundraising and lots of activity. So how this affected the Meadowvale Muslim community?
Of course, that was a very difficult time for, I believe, everybody, all the people who worship, all the people who worship for God and any religion, whether it's Christian or Hindu or Muslim, doesn't matter. Anybody is practicing, people who goes to church or temple or gurdwara or like in a synagogue. So it's like the same thing with us as well. For the Muslim community, that was very difficult time, and especially for the Muslim community. Ramadan is one of the most important time of the year, and from kids, from the small kids from 5-6 years old kids to all the way to 70, 80, 90 years old person, they like to go to mosque, they like to go to pray, and they like to go and do Tarawih and all kind of practice, right? Whatever we have to do in a month of Ramadan. But unfortunately, just because of COVID-19, like I said, Allah knows best. But just because of that, nobody able to go and practice that, with that strength, the one normally we do. But alhamdulillah, but good news is that the people in our community really acted very maturely, and they acted they really follow the rule and regulation and the system and the instruction from the all level of government, like Moid said. Whether it's from the federal or municipal or from the provincial, and that was really amazing. I really salute to our community, and same time, since we pray in church, and we rent church for the pray, our 5-time pray, and for the all for the Tarawih as well, and for the Friday pray as well, and was very unfortunate that we could not pray because we rent that place, and church management, they really help us as well, in terms of the rent amount and those kind of things. They waived for Meadowvale Islamic Center. They totally waived all the rental. They did not charge any rent last 3 months, and they really cooperated, with us. And like to thanks the government of Canada as well, their cooperation. So our imam is also getting all the benefit, whatever he's supposed to get, benefit, because he was on as the employee as well. So in terms of the only community really missed that.
Yeah. Moid, you want to add something to Aman Khan, what he mentioned?
Yes, Tahir bhai,
what we want to do is to explain people, because our way of worship is different than other faith group. So what we're looking for is how our community was affected, particularly for Ramadan came in the same time. So it was very significant, and Eid was also the same time. So that's perspective, keep in mind.
Yes, absolutely, Tahir bhai. The way we pray is very different from some of the other communities out there. And Ramadan also held a lot of emotional value for us. It is one month when Muslims focus on their prayers, and we have additional prayer which we call as Tarawih as well. That happens late in the night. So there is a lot of emotional value, and I do appreciate understanding the circumstances and taking the precautions and adhering to the rules. We have that has helped us curtail COVID. So no doubt it was emotional, but the community has adapted itself and accepted the decisions made by the government. So we are thankful to the community on that. Based on the rules that were shared with us, we were able to organize an Eid event in the parking lot of the Meadowvale West Church. And it was very good to see a lot of our community showing up so that we could distribute to them some presents. So that was the only interaction we had. And people were very glad to see each other on Eid.
Yeah, this month has been very engaging, and I always, in the evening we used to go and pray and have a conversation, meet, hug everybody. So this has totally changed life. I miss so much to see all of you guys because we go out and pray, talk, and doing things together, go out, raise funds, so many things that we did together. So I wish definitely emotionally it's affected all of us. And at the end of the day, we couldn't even do the Eid, properly. So it was very, very difficult time emotionally. And I tell you, it's commendable to the Meadowvale Muslim community and the MIC leadership because we don't have our own facilities. We are depending on church. Father Jeff Brown is very helpful and a good friend of our community, and they've been cooperating with us, and we've been always there. Aman has been taking a lot of leadership in doing community service and charity work for everybody to give back, reciprocate whatever we can. So this has been really a challenge. That's why we wanted to know that, yes, I know the volunteer used to carry mats around and go out, take the kids for different schools for a program, and those things have been shut down. So there is a little break for them. But obviously, this important month has passed. God knows who lives that long for next Ramadan. But we'll hope that everything goes well. So now question I have for you, and we're going to start with you, and then you go to Aman, is that now the government of Ontario has gradually releasing reopening of the facilities, some retail business, not very big one, out of GTA, basically Mississauga, and they're saying place of worship starting from 12th of June. So obviously there is an observation about the social distance, and you're only allowed 30% of the facility that you can use. So question I will have to both of you, you can both answer. How are you going to manage this social distance and when people are coming to particularly Friday or in the evening, if you're going to begin regular prayer at the church? So first Moid and then Imran, Aman Khan.
So, Tahir, one of the things I wanted to add for Ramadan is that even though, there are two aspects for Ramadan, one was for the worship and the other one was for charity. And I do want to commend the Muslims and the Meadowvale Muslim community that even though we were not worshipping in a congregation, people continued their charity towards a good cause and to support the underprivileged people of our community and outside our community. So that didn't stop, that continued. Alhamdulillah, people were donating, in some areas more than they would donate, and in some areas probably less. So when it came to charity, people were donating more for humanitarian causes. Our construction probably took a bit of hit. But for humanitarian causes, I do want to thank the community for the donations during Ramadan. So to your question on the lifting of some of the conditions in here, so I do want to emphasize that the government is doing their best and helping us get back to regular life. But the fact is that the virus is still out there. The research is still going on, and as much as we want to adhere to all the relaxations, we need to be very conscious of the safety measures we need to take at the individual level as well. As an organization, we will do our due diligence. Our timelines may be slightly different from what you see in other masajid because of the dependency we have on the rented facilities. So you may see some slight variations there. And we will make sure we adhere to all the government guidelines, and wherever possible, we'll go beyond that. An example being, we won't have any, we'll try not to have any prayer mats. People should bring their own prayer mats for hygienic reasons, because the way we do sajda and our worship is different, right? So to have, for those hygienic conditions, we may want to, we may want musallis to bring their own prayer mats. So I think those are the type of things we'll be doing. People will be encouraged to do wuzu in their homes before coming. Seniors, most likely we discourage them from coming. They're more vulnerable, seniors and children. So those are the things we'll be focusing on to make sure we make safety as a first priority.
Okay, Aman, how you plan to manage and control, because you're the president and all responsibility fall on you. You're a young man, so you're going to control to make sure everybody keep that 6 feet distance. And how you going to manage that? What is your plan of action?
Yeah, first of all, we'll notify the whole community, with all the instruction before they're coming for Jummah prayer, right?
That's a good idea.
So we have, almost 1,000 people in our database. So we'll send them email, instruction, and video message as well, right? So they can get all the instruction. And from there, our volunteers, they will be standing outside of the church, right? And we'll just make sure that everybody follow the instruction. They cannot even enter to inside the church, right? So they will be standing outside, even side door, not even the front door, right? And the second thing, we'll make sure that they just like Moid said, everybody will come there, will bring their own mat. We're not gonna have our own mat, okay? We're not gonna have our own stuff. So they will bring their own mat and ablution or wudu. They're gonna have their from home, okay? And unfortunately, Tahir bhai, is for you as well. You'll not be allowed to come for the Jummah, and because you are already crossed that line as per our Meadowvale Islamic Center age line. So you're not gonna be allowed. Yeah. So you have to stay at home.
Yeah. So I miss you guys so much. I tell you, I miss you guys so much.
Inshallah, once it's over, then we'll have the big party, inshallah, grand party. And inshallah, we'll come together, inshallah. I will invite you.
Aman, this is another suggestion for you as well, as you're a president and trustee, to have a couple of bottles of sanitizer at the gate somewhere people come, and make sure you might order some masks for the people. This is a kind of a suggestion. I bought some, maybe I can give some, maybe 50 or 100, I can give it to you guys. I think you should order that from Amazon, because there will be people who will be coming without mask, and I think you should not allow anybody without mask there.
Anybody is coming without mask, without gloves, they will not be allowed inside.
Yeah,
simple. And we're not going to provide, because we already because we need fund for the construction purpose. We cannot spend money. For those purposes, we will send instruction. So please, anybody like to come, just make sure that you come with gloves and mask. Anybody is following the instruction, they are most welcome to enter to the church. Otherwise, they cannot.
You can have a very strong security, big bodybuilder, or you're going to be Aman Khan at the gate to control the people.
We will have 3 security guard anyway. Because normally we have security guard for the parking, so we're gonna have one more security guard, and we'll just make sure that we'll control properly.
If you want, I can help, because I have the facility where I can Zoom 50 to 100 people through it if they want to have a community sort of conversation, how you are planning, and you can give a lecture to them. I can invite for you, and you, Moid, can speak to them. I will arrange that if you like. That
inshallah, we'll see
if that's necessary, something like that. So basically, my viewers, Meadowvale Islamic Center is being built on the northwest corner of Mississauga. Aman Khan is the president, and Moid is the trustee, and they have the burden and responsibility to control and manage the safeguard, social distance while praying and following the Ontario government guidelines. So I'm very pleased that you are working toward that, and you will be making announcements, sending out notices to people so they understand they won't cause any problem at the congregation. So that's great. So now I know that the Meadowvale Islamic Center has been working on the construction site, and can you give us, Aman Khan, very brief about when did you get the contract awarded, and what kind of funding, if you have arranged, you're looking for funds as well. So you want to brief us, and then I'll help you a little bit there.
So just before I go for the construction, I just wanted to inform that people, even though from the city, from the provincial government, we already got the permission to start the start the place of worship, right? And you can come and for Juma pray. But unfortunately, since we do not have our own spot, we don't have our own place, we cannot start at this moment because we are totally dependent on the church board of directors and their management. So whenever they're gonna feel comfortable to allow us to go come for the worship and for the prayer, then we can start. So I just talked to the Father Jeff, and he said that most probably our Juma prayer, our Friday prayer will start most probably mid of July.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So next 3-4 weeks we cannot be able to do that. So and plus we're gonna follow all the instruction as well from the church. Whatever they provide the instruction. Plus we will have our own SOP as well.
Okay, so there is a limitation because of that. Yeah.
Right. And having said that, this is one of the it's very important and is very kind of very sensitive matter for the Meadowvale Muslim community and Lisgar Muslim community. We have almost 5,000 people live around in that area, right? And we accommodate almost the active members, active people, like active, almost 450 to 500 people, right? For the Juma prayer and for those kind of for the prayer, and we have like 3 services, right? 2 to 3 services to accommodate those many people, and since we do not have our own place, last 13 years, and we just going around and just renting places, and we've been going and suffering big time. Our community is suffering big time, and the volunteers are suffering big time. Just arranging the Juma prayer. Just imagine the volunteers come to the center at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, right? And they'll leave at 4 o'clock in the evening, right? So like we have to set up for the prayer, and then after everybody goes, they leave, then same volunteers or other volunteers, they wind up the whole place, right? And you can imagine 4 or 5 hours. And this is just for the Juma. This is for the Friday. And same thing. And you can imagine in month of Ramadan what happened. In a month of Ramadan, volunteers start coming to set up the place at 5 o'clock in the evening time. And since then, they engage till 1 a.m. So almost 7 to 8 hours every day, all 30 days, right? Plus, whenever we have the night of 27th, like our big night in a month of Ramadan, then plus we have the Eid, and we don't have our place. We rent out, we rent the banquet hall. We pay them big money to rent place out, rent it out.
Yeah, this is the reason that we justified that we deserve to have our own place of worship, restore the dignity of our community. And we work very hard together as a team, and we got the approval, and we are feeling construction. So Moid, you want to add something on this line before we go to the project, and then we're going to ask some requests for funding support for the project. So you want to add something?
Yes, Tahir bhai. So I believe the community is aware about the status of the project. You as the chair and Aman as the president, you guys have been doing a great job in keeping the community informed. Plus, whoever passes by Vincent Churchill in the mosque is able to see that the construction has started. I think that has a greater impact on how they feel about it than emails. So if you pass by, do take a look. Construction is in progress. And the only thing that stands between the completion of the construction is the funds. So we have the right people, alhamdulillah, from the construction company to the people managing the project. So that has been taken care of. The only thing we need right now is funds so that we can expedite the work and complete it, hopefully by next year, sometime next year. I think that would be a reasonable target. The community has been very supportive, both in terms of volunteering their time and resources, especially with a temporary location for now. So we do appreciate that, and we thank them. But now is the time when then we have to dig deeper into our pockets and help with the funding.
This is very, very important. No construction can take place without the funds. And Meadowvale itself is a very small community because. And I tell you, we are very grateful for their trust they bestow upon the entire team. and allowing us the freedom to work very hard to achieve the success. If we have a tremendous cash flow, then things would have been done a little bit faster. But it takes time, and buying first property, then buying second property, paying off the loans and everything. So there is a great unity, leadership, dedication by the board and the BOT, board of directors and board of trustee, and the community. They can see the fruit of everybody's contribution and effort. And inshallah, very soon this house of Allah will be built. So when was the Aman contract was awarded for this construction?
2019 October.
October, yes, 26, something like that.
Right.
And so what was the estimated time for completion for this? About 2 years time?
Estimate time is 24 months to 28 months.
Yeah.
But if we have the money in our hand, the total cost of the property, the whole project is almost 5 million plus little bit,
Yeah, yes.
So the 5 million, right? And thanks God that we only have almost 1.5 million in our hand right now. Okay.
Yeah.
And inshallah ta'ala, we need just a 3.5 million. And the good news is that, we have enough people in our community. We have enough big number of people in our community. If they just donate $1,000 each, right? We just need 3,500 people.
Yeah.
We just need 3,500 people who can donate or who can loan us. That's $1,000 for the 3 years, right?
Yeah.
And inshallah, then we don't have to go anywhere else to complete our project.
Yes,
you don't
absolutely.
have to loan. You don't have to mortgage. Inshallah, we're gonna have our own center, mortgage-free, loan-free, interest-free, and just need $1,000. This $1,000 I'm asking for the construction purpose. This money will go into construction. That will be rewarded you and your whole family and your loved one for the life, even here and hereafter. So this is very simple calculation, and I'm sure we all can do that together, inshallah ta'ala.
Okay, Moid, you want to add something? We're going to take a break in a few minutes. We still have a couple of more minutes, and then we will go to the really phase, and we talk about how we're going to get the funds, where to get information, how to donate. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. We also, MIC has a financial audited financial statement on their line, and so everything is fully audited by independent auditor. And we talk about that. So if you want to add something, you got 2 minutes before we take the break.
Yeah, I think Aman has covered most of the things very nicely there, Tahir. Bhai. I do want to let the community know, like when I talk to some people, they're very helpful and they do want to help. But at the same time, some people, they think that help will come from outside. So I just want to clarify that our efforts are focused locally. We had a lot of discussions with people who are outside the community in GTA, and they've helped to some extent, and even people outside the country. But most of the donations come from the local community, and that's where we want to focus on. So if people are, getting ideas that there are outside forces that can help us, those things don't happen. Magic does not happen.
I 100% agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you because this mosque belongs to Meadowvale Muslim Community. Yeah. They've been supporting it for a long time. Now they can see the light on the other side of the tunnel. Right. So inshallah, they will support, and I'm very hopeful that everything will come together and fund will be raised, because this house of God, He's going to build it, either you're a part of it or not part of it. Absolutely. He's using all of us to do things and give us opportunity to redeem ourselves and build upon it, so we have something hereafter. So we're going to take a break for a few minutes, and after that we will come back to Community Coffee Talk. Viewers, we're going to take a break few minutes, and hopefully we'll be back in a few minutes. So back to you.
बैरी में घर खरीदें या इन्वेस्ट करें आसानी के साथ, बिकॉज सनराइज होम्स प्राउडली प्रेजेंट स्टेशन टाउन्स इन बैरी नियर गो स्टेशन। बुकिंग सिर्फ $5,000 से और फिर सिर्फ $1,250 की 24 आसान इंस्टॉलमेंट्स। स्टेशन टाउन्स इन बैरी फ्रॉम हाई 400,000 with assignment. So call Wajid Malik with exclusive platinum access at 416-827-3333. 416-827-3333. Wajid Malik, trusted name in the community.
At Dame Drops told us how good Popeye's buttermilk biscuit shrimp is without us even asking.
So crunchy, buttery, just like those biscuits. Are you hungry yet?
8 shrimp, a side, and a biscuit for just $6.99.
At KM 9000 sang about Popeye's buttermilk biscuit shrimp because he was feeling it.
Shrimp, 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 shrimp. Shrimp, 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 shrimp.
8 shrimp, a side, and a biscuit for just $6.99.
Welcome back to Community Coffee Talk. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm your host on Awaz Entertainment in Canada, around the globe. We are talking to President of Meadowvale Islamic Center, Aman Khan, and Abdul Moid, Trustee of Meadowvale Islamic Center. Thank you very much. Now let's talk about building the dream masjid for Meadowvale Muslim Community. It's been very long time. Slow and steady wins the race. We've been working together on this long time, and now after getting all the approvals, starting the construction, coronavirus, we have to stop the construction. So we are in the process, I believe, that to restart construction. The most important factor in construction is not to stop construction, because when you stop construction due to lack of funds, it will cause more delay in the project, and then if you delay the project, then the cost of the project will increase. So Moid was talking about, and also Aman Khan, about the funding. So what strategy as a trustee and president you guys are taking to recoup? Aman Khan mentioned about 3,500 families can give $1,000, problem solved. Any other alternative source of funding or donations or strategy that is being used right now? Can you elaborate, Moid, some?
Yeah, so Tahir, we do fundraising in many forms, right? So obviously reaching out to the community through different ways during different times. For example, during Ramadan, we have our 2 major fundraisers on the 27th of Ramadan and on Eid. Because of the circumstances, we could not do that fundraising this year. And that's why we are reaching out to our community through other channels, whether that's directly through phone calls. We did have our volunteers call back all the people who had pledged funds to MIC, and we had a good response. We do understand some of our community members have been impacted by job losses. So yes, we understand that. But Alhamdulillah, 90% of the community was not affected financially. So we are following up directly one-on-one, and those one-on-one conversations have greater impact when we try to explain to them what the progress is when it comes to comparing it with general fundraising. So that's something that we're following up on. We were planning on a bigger fundraiser. I think that has to be put on hold till circumstances change. We are working within our team to see what alternatives we can follow. We have done fair bit of social fundraising, reaching out to friends, whether that's through Facebook advertisements or WhatsApp groups. So those things are important, and we raised good amount. I believe we raised over $100,000 just in the month of Ramadan by following up with people on phone calls. Comparing it to the previous years, that's a bit less. But considering we didn't have any prayers, I think that's still a good achievement.
Amazing. I tell you that I tell people that I meet that the Meadowvale Islamic Center has the best, passionate, honest, dedicated team. With all the challenges that we have for the last 10, 15, 12 years, we'll keep going. And because their dedication is unmatched by anybody, because I know there are some rich communities, they have lots of people, they have lots of funds, but we have challenges and we overcome together. And this is amazing about it. So now the question I have for you is that because of coronavirus, definitely construction is resuming now. Things are starting to roll. The important thing might be a suggestion that management might start inviting people on Zoom, a Zoom meetings frequently with the members and also outside community, and do activities, sort of events, schedule online. If you need any help, I'd be more than happy to arrange it. You guys talk about it, and because I have access to the Zoom up to maybe 1,000 members, that people can come Zoom and link on it. They can join your everybody's TV, phone, or laptop. Idea is they need to connect. The problem is our social distance has totally changed the fabric of our community. Not our community, everybody. How we socialize, how we convey our emotions and sentiments by shaking, hugging our friends. I really miss that because I go out and seeing an older person say, come on, you never know, this may be your last hug. So that has really affected us, and we have to find a way to replace that, which is very difficult. But I think regardless of even if lockdown is lifted, people still going to feel that fear in their mind that maybe I got infected. That fear of mind, because enemy is in the air. Nobody sees it. So I'm going to come back to Aman. What other options that you have considered that you can help to raise the funds, and how our viewers who are watching can help you to raise the funds to support the Meadowvale Islamic Center project?
We have our database, and we have basically we'll focus on Muslim community of Lisgar, Muslim community of Meadowvale,
okay,
and north of Britannia, okay, and west of east side of 9th line, right, from the Western Churchill all the way from the 9th line to Britannia all the way. And those are almost like, we have good number of family, okay, good number of houses. So we just gonna go for door knocking each house, okay, and of course with all the precautions, okay, and we'll try to reach to them. I'm sure, they already got our email messages and video messages as well, but still we'll go and knock personally to their doors, and we'll ask them to please help to build the mosque, to build the house of God, because this place is not going to be just for me and you, but it's going to be for your coming generation, right? And the second thing, the radiothon, TV-thon, and social media, and we'll try to, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to reach to each and every way and what I should say, source available to reach out to the people. And mass email, not only MIC mass email, but mass email, just like a Toronto Muslim mass email, and we going to reach out to them as well. Okay, so thousands and thousands of people. Like I said, our target is not that big. It's just 3.5 million. We just need 3,500 people to just donate $1,000 each. And just in a month of Ramadan, we just push a little bit. It's not like, our gear still was on the first gear, right? It's not been on the second gear. And alhamdulillah, we got almost $115,000 in a month of Ramadan.
150,000?
115.
Oh, 115. That's wonderful. I remember that.
115 was just we received already. The pledges people have done it in the month of Ramadan is still coming, right? So if you include all of them, so inshallah we're gonna reach almost 125.
I remember that I think Irfan Merchant and his group was at Iqbal Food.
Right.
And he put some video there, and I shared that for him, and he was saying that I will come. I told him my family won't let me go because my son, and my daughter-in-law, they said, you cannot leave the place. So now I'm coming up a little bit here and there, but very seriously watching to make sure because, health issues, because diabetes, they're saying, is 90%, no chance of survival, only 10%. So I'm a diabetes, so regardless of other challenges. So diabetes is very on a dangerous list. And I get lecture every day and time. The moment I look at the door, no way, we're going to call the police. Don't go because it's dangerous. So anyway, I know that construction is, we're going to begin because we're going to have a meeting. Viewers, I was nominated by the board and trustee, the chair of the project. So I have a meeting scheduled for physical at site because we want to make sure that the contractor is following the protocol and he's also giving us a realistic date. Idea was to build the superstructure, finish this year, so you are able to start working inside. But the COVID has affected us 3 months, almost 3 months now. Still is doable, provided that we don't lack any funds. So this is very, very critical, viewers, that if you are a Muslim and you want to donate, you can go to mici.org. You can donate. MIC is a registered CRA charity, and all donations are tax deductible. Their financial statements are online since this current management is operating. So please go to mici.org and donate generously. So you will get a receipt when you go there, and also in the February of next year, tax receipt will be issued to you because it's a CR registered charity. So we're going to go back again. Moid, you can add something to what he's saying. I think it's going to be tough to go knocking on the door. So best thing will be to call people and say if they can do e-transfer, they can go to online, and everybody has to talk to the businesses people. A lot of businesses are affected, and lots of people had deferral payment. There was 600,000 mortgage deferral in the beginning, a moment COVID hit. Can you believe it? How big that impact is on the economy? So still, Government of Canada has given billions of dollars to people, and they are hoping that moment lifting starts, people are planning to get back to business. So Meadowvale Islamic Center is uniquely located. It's north and south side of this place of worship is 2 churches. There are 3 schools behind it. It's an excellent place where the young children can go to school and come back and play and pray. Older Muslims can walk into it. It will be a great place to invite other religious group for interaction, faith group. We've been going to other places, but we never had a chance to invite someone because we don't have the place. So anything special message, Aman Khan, you want to share with the audience?
Yeah, just like to inform people, like Meadowvale Islamic Center is not a typical mosque or typical masjid. It's like a complete welfare center beside the masjid. And inshallah, we're going to have our place where, that's Tahir Bhai mentioned already, a place for the youngster, a place for our elders, place for our youth, and a place for the all ages of people, a place for our ladies, and they can come and spend good, healthy time there. And just wanted to inform people that during this COVID-19 time, in a month of Ramadan, Meadowvale Islamic Center donated almost close to $30,000 to the community. for the, I mean, we all, a lot of people are suffering. They need help.
Commendable.
And Meadowvale Islamic Center had donated $30,000 only in the month of Ramadan. But if you all add up in the previously and in the future, so you're going to spend almost $50,000 to $70,000, because we collect the zakat. People give charity to give to the needy people. So it's very important that Meadowvale Islamic Center is not a typical place. Just people go and pray and then leave. So this is very important. Please come and join us. And this place is going to be open door for the all faith groups. They can always come. Our place is built. You can always welcome. I know we always welcome you to come and join us. And if you have any question regarding our religion, our community, just come and join us and ask us. And I think this Meadowvale Islamic Center is going to be one of the most friendly center for everybody. So it's
no doubt
for
about
all ages, for all ages. So please, please do not hesitate to reach out even now. And you can always go and reach out to our website mici.org, and you can get all kind of information and regarding. And this is only, I believe, one of the unique organization. If you want to see the breakdown of our how much money we have collected so far, where we have spent so far, everything you're gonna go and see. When you click the donate, you're gonna see that description, the whole detail, is already there. So you don't even have to ask question like where we're getting, what money we're collecting and where we're spending. So this is a very unique organization in terms of the when it's come to what do you call that? Tahir bhai, help me out. Yeah. Transparency.
Transparency and accountable.
Yeah, accountable. So we are totally different because all the people are very, working professional people, just like Tahir bhai. You can see he's a realtor. I'm a realtor myself. Moid is a professional IT guy. And all the young people, all the people in this group, they're all professional, and we all working for the sake of God. There's no personal agenda.
Thank you, Moid bhai. If you want to give a final message, because we're going to be running out of time. I have a few minutes, 3 minutes for you. Any message you want to give out to people, audience? My viewers are in Canada, around the globe. We have about 70,000 followers on my program, but on Awaz Television is about 3 million people around the world. So please go have a give message and appeal for fundraising. And I will close up.
Mashallah, that's an impressive following, Tahir bhai. So first of all, I'd like to ask all your viewers around the globe to be safe during this challenging time. This is definitely a difficult situation. Different countries, different areas are experiencing different severity of this epidemic. So be safe, take extra precaution. If you have health, the rest of the things will follow later on. The governments are doing their best, but at the end of the day, the onus is on each one of us to practice social distancing and take the extra precautions. Regarding the masjid work, I think people are seeing what's going on right now. The construction is happening right in front of them. And alhamdulillah, the construction is going to start. So I request them to stay engaged. We have a great community. People have been very generous, and they have volunteered all this while, and now they are able to see the results. So we are in a phase wherein the dependency on funds is very high. So as much we appreciate the other contributions, now is the time to dig deeper and help us financially, so that inshallah we will complete the construction soon and we can use the facilities.
Okay, my viewers, thank you very much. Today you met two dedicated volunteers in the community who are trying very hard to provide facility and the needs of virtual need of the family, spiritual need of the families in Meadowvale community. We have a dream to build this Meadowvale Islamic Center. We have already started, excavation has been completed. We still have to do the removal of the dirt, and the construction will begin as soon as we have the construction scheduled with us. So this is the time to help bring this dream to a reality, help our team to build this place of worship because there is none there, and they are using churches to play. And this is very, very important to our community who have really supported. And we thank you for all your support and trust on this honest, dedicated professional who are building this masjid, not only for you, for everybody, and for our akhirah. That's the only commitment they have, is to seek forgiveness and acceptance of their dedication and community service. So this is a very desperate attempt. I'm pledging and appealing to you. Please go to www.mici.org, select donate, and donate any amount. Every day, if you have a time, you can talk to your friends, a family, businessman, anyone you are, anywhere in the world. Go to www.mici.org and donate. You will get a tax receipt. If you are a Canadian citizen, you get a tax receipt. You can file it when you file a tax return. So I thank you very much on behalf of Awaz Television and Community Coffee Talk. We thank you for your service to the community and dedication and family sacrifice you both and other team members are doing. And may God accept your contribution and efforts. And also, we want to thank our health specialists, doctors, nurses, police officers who are putting their life online to defend fellow Canadian citizens and fighting coronavirus. We are hopeful that with your dedication and commitment and cooperation from citizens, this lockdown will start lifting. We still strictly follow the social distance guidelines to make sure that the spread is eliminated, and then we are cautious about it. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next Wednesday on Community Coffee Talk at Awaz Entertainment. Thank you very much. God bless you.